Good evening, Srisha, Chandra, Arun, Prasad, Parvez, and hi, Akshay. Happy to see you. Okay, let's begin. I hope everyone will be joining one by one. Let's begin a small reverse KT. Yesterday, we understood how to do the installation of Java JDK version 11. That's the first thing. And then Eclipse IDE. Uh, After every class gets over, this video will be always available in my YouTube. At the end, I will show you the playlist where I will be adding, but still, when you open my channel, it will be the latest video which went live stream that it will be displaying. In yesterday's video, I have mentioned the link of my Google Drive where you can go and download the JDK 11 version if you can't able to register for an account. So this way, it will reduce your work burden. You can directly download and start installing it, and also Eclipse IDE do the same way. After that, we understood what is a single line comment and a multi-line comment. So this comments are used for readability, for giving a better clarity for other programmers to understand what this particular code is for. If you want to mention single line, just a piece in one line means you can go with single line, or you want to write like a big paragraph, go with the multi-line. Always make this as a mandatory. It is not going to throw any error, but make this practice as a mandatory so that when we start as a fresher, this practice will come in any project you go and go. You will first write the comments so that your code will look even much better than other developers. Then we understood there are some variable naming rules we have to follow. One important rule is we must use the lower camel case for naming the variables. Lower camel case easy. If you have only one word, the first letter of that word must be smaller case. That's why lower camel case. If you have two words, first word of that first letter is lower case, and second word of first letter is uppercase. And if it is three words, same way, first word first letter lowercase, second word first letter uppercase, third word first letter uppercase. This is how you have to name the variables. Remember, we will be using a lot of variables. This one rule you should never forget. Some of them will use underscore, some may not give a proper variable naming, like some will give like I, J, K. So you don't try to follow such habit. Try to give the name exactly how it is displayed in the application. You can make it short. If that variable, that web element is too big, you can give some meaningful variable names. That's the one thing you should follow. And then we understood like we have two types of data type, primitive and non-primitive. So primitive data type, first, if we see Boolean, that is true or false. Then if you want to save a single character, use char data type, and that needs to be mentioned with the single quote. After that, it's about the integer. Integer talks about the range of number. Based on your input range, we have to choose accordingly, like byte, short, int, long. To my knowledge, mostly we will be using everywhere int, but examples like months and all, there you can use byte. Nowadays, very less people using short. So in real time scenario, byte int will be highly used, and sometimes like mobile phone number or like Aadhaar card number. So you want to save such big digits, then use the long data type. While declaring under long data type, make sure you're using L. So this talks about the range of number integer. And then float and double talks about the precision or accuracy of your output. What that mean? For example, if you want to consider output like 7 digits after this decimal point, how many digit accuracy you needed? Like 6 to 7 go for float, and like 15 to 16 go for double. So this is how you have to do it. In addition to that, non-primitive data type where we can use the string within the double quotes. So this is what we learned yesterday. Now we will move on to the next topic, which is very easy but very widely used in the programming. And whatever we are learning now, even though it is for Java, the same explanation for operators, control statement is applicable for other programming language also. So if you understood properly this concept in Java, means directly you can implement in any programming language. Just what to say, the syntax only will be varying. So next one is operator. Operators in Java is a symbol that used to perform operation. So just with some few symbols, we can able to understand what that means. Every symbol is having some meaning. We already, so totally 5 types of operators: assignment, arithmetic, equality and relational operator, conditional, and a unary operator. To be frank, first four very easy. Fifth one is quite complex. We'll try to give more explanation for that. Let's glance one by one and also implement practically. So the assignment operator, we have already implemented this. So with single equal to, if we assign a value to a variable, how it's possible is using the assignment operator. When you mention single equal to, it's an assignment. It assigns the value to its right and operand to its left. So this is called operand, and this is called the value. Already we used it. And then next comes the arithmetic operator. So this operator is used to perform like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. In simple, all the basic mathematical operation, we can able to achieve it with the help of arithmetic operator. So let's try to learn this concept with some sample program. In between, I will check the comments in the YouTube. If you have any doubt, you can post parallelly. I'll try to respond. So first, let's create a class. The class name is operators example. Public static void main finish. So the class is creator. Now we will try to implement one by one. The first one, that is assignment operator. Remember, it is single equal to. Okay, let me try to assign some value like num1 equal to 100, int num2 equal to 200, int num3 equal to 300. Some values I am trying to assign with the help of single equal to. So this is called the assignment operator. Second operator is arithmetic operators. So again, it's very easy, addition. So you want to do addition of three numbers, it's up to you. Very easily we can able to do it. One is using the hard coded value, like you can put 40 plus 50. If you mention like this, in the previous example, we used plus to concatenate. Here it is a string and here it is a this one. Here it is a string, it is a number, so it will concatenate. But if you mention two values as an integer, here concatenation will not happen. Here addition of two numbers will happen. I'm just giving the hard-coded value 40 plus 50. So it is 90. This is hard-coded value. We can also do the same using the variables. So number one variable plus number two variable. What that mean? 100 plus 200 equal to 300. That's it. Self-explanatory. No big thing here. When we enter some complex topic, at that time I will give more explanation. Addition is over, then subtraction. So minus again. Maybe this time number 3 minus number 2. So you remember these values. So 300 minus 200, it is 100 again. Straightforward. Third one, multiplication. For multiplication, again, I'm going to use this for number 1 into number 2. How to give multiplication is using the star symbol. Almost how we used it in the calculator, same symbol, plus minus star. There is no big difference here. So we got 20,000, 100 into 200. And then fourth one, division. Again, number 3, division will be represented by forward slash number 3 by number 1 variable. 300 by 100, it is 3. Quite easy, all straightforward one. And this is something very widely used reminder, that is percentage symbol. What this mean? So if we consider the max, I hope you all remember what is remainder and quotient. If you divide by 10 divided by 3 means what? Like this we will mention. 3 3s are 9 and 1. This is called the remainder. This is called the quotient. So when you want to find a value's remainder, you should use percentage symbol. This is the main reason. But this symbol is having a very powerful logic. We can use it to find a number as even or odd. For example, now I'm trying to give hard coding value 10 percentage 3. Just now we saw it, the output will be 1. So the remainder. Just think about a logic. If you want to find whether a number is even or odd, what it will be? Even number. Even number means 0, 2, 4, 6. You know, odd, it will be 1, 3, 5, and so on. So you have to write a program concept to find that particular number is even or odd. How to find it? If you think it, it's very easy. What, rather than using this division and all, just simply that particular number percentage 2, if that is equal to 0, then I can say it's a even number. You're dividing any number by 2 and the remainder is 0 means of course that will be an even. Or else if it is not equal to 0, we can say odd number. So with this percentage, we can able to find a number is even or odd. Very simple programming concept we can achieve with the help of percentage symbol. That's about the, even I can give share maybe num3 percentage 2, it will be 0. So double equal to means we can validate. That's the next one we are going to learn. So this is a even number. There is no doubt on it. So that's how we have to use it in the real-time scenario. The first one is completed. Nothing but the assignment and arithmetic operators, two completed. I hope other than this, everything is self-explanatory: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. For reminder, just remember this percentage symbol. Now the third operator is equality and relational operators. Okay, what that mean? Maybe let me use few more, some other examples like num4, because we already used num1, num2, num3. Simple example: num4 10, num5 20, then num6 equal to 10. For a reason, I'm using same, assigning the same value. Now what is equality operator? If you see, in school time we used to compare two numbers, right, mostly. So at that time this equality and relational operator will be very useful. So if you want to check whether two numbers or two conditions are equal, you can put double equal to. And remember, this is where most of them will get confused. Single equal to means assignment operator, double equal to means it's a equality operator. And then this is self-explanatory, that is greater than, or you can make greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Just check comparing two values or like that with the help of this. And not equal to will be represented like this: exclamatory symbol equal to. This will be considered as a not equal to in Java. Let's do that. Some comparison, we will do it. So here num4 and num6, let's try to compare it. Always remember, whenever you use equality or relational operator, the output will be Boolean, that is true or false. So according to that, we have to work on it. So what we will do is, let's try to compare the short message. Okay, num4 double equal to, not single equal to, it's a double equal to num6. So what we are doing, we are trying to compare these two values. Of course, both the values are equal, 10 equal to 10, no doubt on it. It's a true, we'll get output true. But if it is not true, maybe num4 equal to num5, obviously this is not equal to, so this will be false. So whenever we do a comparison, the output will be of Boolean. Then num4 greater than or equal to num5, no, it's false. Num4, it's greater than or equal to num5. What I'm saying is simple. 10 is greater than or equal to 20. Obviously, it is wrong because this is the greater than number. So the output will be false. So just try to visualize these values during runtime. So it is false. The reverse, we can put like num4 less than or equal to. It will check for both the condition. If any one is true, then that it will take. Num4 is less than or equal to num5. That is 10 is less than or equal to 20. It is true. Then these two values are not equal to. We can check that. Num4, how to mention that as exclamatory symbol equal to num5. So when you run this, you can see it is true. Both of them are not equal. By chance, if both of them are equal, what is an output we will get? We will get output as false. Maybe I'll put num6. 10 not equal to 10. It is false. So where we will be using this, it is an entry criteria in most of the control statement. At that time, we will be using less than, greater than, not equal to, or equal to. So just remember this concept. Third one. So we are done with arithmetic operator, assignment operator, equality operator. It's quite easier one. And then conditional operator, and condition or condition. I think in 11th logic gates we used to write and or, right? Same concept. Here we will implement conditional operators. Comes in physics. Okay, first one, and operator. What is and operator? Let me try to explain. Suppose you are checking for two conditions, that is 1, 1. The output is 1. 1, 0. The output is 0. Okay, rather than saying like this is how we learned. Let me put true, true. The output is true. True, false. The output is false. False, true. The output is false. False, false. Obviously, it will be false. In simple, we are using here and condition. In sense, this is like condition 1, this is condition 2, and this is the result. When you use the and, if two conditions are true, then only the output will be true. That is how you have to remember. If any one condition, in this example, I have taken just only two condition. You can have n number of conditions. See, condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. You can use and n number of time. If all the condition is true, then you will get output as true. If any one condition is false, then the output is false. This is the and operator. This is how the concept will work. Let's try to reuse the same code again. We already knew that. Okay, let's execute. So true, in sense number 4. Okay, these two conditions are true. Number 4 equal to number 6, 10 equal to 10. This is true. We already knew it. In addition to that, one more condition using and operator. How to represent and as double ampersand symbol. Double ampersand. Okay. So this condition is true. We already know it. And if you consider this, that is num4 is less than or equal to num5, that is 10 is less than or equal to 20. Again, this is true. So when we execute this one, this is nothing but the first condition. Both of them true, then only you will get output as true. So it is true. Very simple one. If any one condition is false, then you will get false. Let me execute. So here this condition is true, but this condition num4 is less than or num4 is greater than or equal to num5. This one, which is false, so the output will remain false. So that's about AND operator. Is everyone clear about AND operator team? YouTube guys, and what about Zoom? Everyone clear about AND operator, how it works? You can reply in chat. Okay, perfect. Very simple. When in simple, how to remember this is when we use AND operator, all the condition it must be true, then only the output will be true. That's how you have to remember. YouTube guys can reply in chat whether you understood this concept or not. OR operator. How to represent OR operator is using the piping symbol. This will be exactly in your keyboard. Above enter, you will have a backslash. Actually, in my keyboard, shift backslash. If you press piping symbol, you will get it. Okay, I got yes from you all. So next one is OR operator. OR operator, to be frank, even easier to understand. Let me write that concept. Condition 1, condition 2, result. True, true, the output is true. True, false, this is false. The output is true. False, true, the output is true. False, false, the output is false. How to remember this is if any one condition is true, the output will be true. When it will be false, if all the condition is false, then only you will get output as false. Just remember this. Maybe let it be here. So again, let's try to let's consider this one. We already know one thing. This is true and this is false using OR condition, using pipe symbol. If we execute this, the output should be true. It is true because this one condition is true. So any one condition is true means the output will be true. That is how you can see it on the right side. And same thing, you can let me put not equal to. So now this is false, this is also false. If we execute, the output should be false. So this is how the logical and then R needs to be remembered. If you have seen all the variables, I'm trying to correlate it again. I'm just trying to reuse it again and again from this concept. Then I'm trying to concatenating here, joining those concepts. So don't skip any topic while learning. Go in a sequential way, then only you will understand. Don't directly learn this topic, you'll not get anything because same examples I'm using it here. So we are done with 4 types of operator. Let me do a short recap on this. First one, assignment operator, nothing but single equal to. Using single equal to, it's an assignment operator. And then arithmetic, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, direct symbols, followed by the remainder, that is percentage symbol. It will give the remainder of a particular value. Equality means it will check whether both the values are equal with the help of double equal to, remember. And then greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to means exclamatory symbol. Then we have conditional operator. This is very important. We will be using it a lot in all the control statement. So you must have a good idea about it. How to remember under all condition is true. If all condition is true, then only you will get output as true. And OR operator means any one condition is true, then you will get output as true. So that's about the first 4. Now comes the little bit mostly in all the batch this topic everyone will get confused. That is a unary operator. This operator requires only one operand. They perform various operations such as incrementing a value by 1 and negating an expression or something like short form like especially when talking about control statement like while loop, for loop, we used to increment the loop or decrement the loop. At that time, this unary operator will be widely used. So We will try to learn this with a simple example. And remember, we have a quiz. In that, one question is from this particular program. So, unary operator, public static void main. So here, the unary operator is divided into two types. One is pre-increment, another one is post-increment. Actually, it is again a very famous interview question. What is the difference between pre and post increment? You have to tell. And in program, post increment is very widely used. Let's see one by one. I have already said we should not use I, J, K as variable name, but just for easy understanding, I am using this example. In real time scenario, please don't use these variable. Just for easy understanding only, I am using now. Int I equal to 10. I am declaring a value to a variable I. Now we will see pre-increment. What that means? It will be represented by plus I. The meaning of this is plus I means I equal to I plus 1. This is what the meaning. Okay. It is always a good practice whenever we get a statement like this, we have to visualize just, okay. Let me complete the program for you and then work it out. Okay. Now, one more variable, int j equal to plus I. We have to check what is the value of I, and again what is the value of j for pre-increment. So before executing itself, let's try to work it out. Yes, 1 minute operator. Yes, you are right, Ravi. Okay, let's work it out. Just come in my flow. So we are saying I value equal to 10. So you are assigning the variable I and its value is 10. Already we said something like plus I means what? It is I is equal to I plus 1. What is the value of I? It is 10 plus 1, which will be equal to 11. So the value of I is 11. Now you are assigning here. This is what we are doing it. Now you are assigning j equal to, this means j is equal to I is equal to 11. Is everyone clear? What exactly happening here? Very simple. I'm saying it again. Pre-increment, you are incrementing in advance, plus I, that's how it will be represented. It can be written as I is equal to I plus 1 for easy understanding. We already know the value of I, that is 10. So just substitute here, 10 plus 1 equal to 11. So I equal to 11, that's the value. And then the output of this is 11. You are just assigning that to the variable j, nothing but now the value of j equal to 11. Both the values will be 11. Let me execute and see whether we are getting the expected output. Yes, 11. Everyone clear? Zoom guys, this is something important one. Everyone clear? Please reply me in chat. I just want to know. It's very straightforward, very easy. In real time, we will not use this. To my knowledge, I never used this pre-increment. But next one is post-increment. That we will use it in every control statement. In specific, every looping statement. So let me erase this. So how to remember? And if you Google this topic, everyone used with one, and they try to confuse as much as possible. So try to recreate this program with same number for better clarity. So this is a post increment, very important. We use it in real time scenario. Pre increment means in advance it is already incremented. Post increment means I plus plus. See, pre I, if you consider I, before that pre plus plus. Post means after it is plus plus. That's how you have to remember. So this particular line is having it is having two steps. What is the first one is, first it will assign the value, and then only it will increment. What that means? Let's see with an example. This time int a equal to 10. Since we already used I, let me go with a and b. And int b equal to a plus plus. That is I plus plus. So instead of I, maybe if you want, I can put a also. Anything is fine. So what this will do? It is having a two-step. Let me try to again. We have to print and see what is the value of a and what is the value of b. Let's see that. Before that, it is always a good practice. Before executing, you must try to get the value. If that is equal to the output message, then you are on the right track. So let's focus this slide. We know one thing, a equal to 10. Okay, fine. Now the next statement is b equal to a plus plus. Okay, read this. First it will assign the value. Okay, what that means? This is what it will first do it. First it will assign the, maybe it is not that much dark. Okay, first it will assign the value. If that is the case, a equal to 10 means now b equal to a means what will be the value of b? That also will be equal to 10. Am I right? Everyone clear? This one step, first step. Reply in chat. I need yes, no, anything is fine. Okay, yes. Perfect. So the value of b equal to 10, we understood. Now, first it will assign, then only it will increment. What that mean? Then only it will increment means it will be incremented by 1. A is equal to a plus 1, which is equal to, what is the value of a? It is 10 plus 1, which will be equal to 11. So the value of a equal to 11. So in interview, if someone asks, usually very easy to tell about pre-increment. So it will increment and it will assign the value. So in pre-increment, both the values of I and j will be same. But in post-increment, what exactly happen is, yes, you're right. You're right. Your answer is right. So what exactly happened in the post-increment is, just remember this line. First, it will assign the value. Nothing but this, it will be working. So b equal to a, so the value equal to 10. And then only it will increment it. Increment it means always increment by 1. So what will happen? A is equal to 10 plus 1, the value will be 11. Let me try to execute it. The value of a is 11 and the value of b is 10. Everyone clear? Please reply me in chat.
Vinoth, I have a question, Vinoth.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
In pre-increment, we are declaring, we are initializing I value as 10, and we are initializing j as plus plus I.
Yes.
So my understanding is whatever value we are declaring for I, that only should be incremented and passed to j.
No, after increment, it will be assigning. I'll just write and show it. Okay, before that, post increment, are you clear?
Yeah, post increment also I have same doubt. If we are passing a plus plus to integer b,
Okay, no problem.
why the value of a is getting updated?
1 minute. I will just do a one more recap.
Yeah.
Okay, just wait. So this is a pre-increment. Pre-increment means what? It is first it will this we are going to execute this line. So we know already the value of I is equal to 10. Now it is pre-incrementing means first it is incrementing by 1. This it will be added. First this will be executed. This means what? I is equal to I plus 1. So 10 plus 1 equal to 11. So the value of I will be 11. First it is pre-incrementing. It incremented by 1. Is that clear now?
Yes, yes. No.
Then this is assigning to J. J equal to I means what will be the value of J? It will be 11 now.
Yeah, okay.
So
So,
this is the pre-increment.
okay.
It's incrementing by 1.
If we use pre-increment operator, then the memory of phi value also will be incremented by 1 in memory.
First it will increment by Y. The memory of I and J will be same.
Okay. Okay, clear.
So this is the pre-increment. Now let's go to the post-increment. Post-increment, you have to always read this line, then only you will get it. First, it will assign the value. This is what we are going to execute. B is equal to A plus plus. First, it will assign the value. So we already know what is the A value of A. So A equal to 10. It is not incrementing. First, it will assign the value. So what is the value of B? B equal to A equal to 10. Is that clear?
Yes, Manoj.
Then only it is incrementing by 1 means 10 plus 1 equal to 11. So the value of A equal to 11. Now clear?
Yeah, Manoj, clear.
Okay, perfect. And remember team, the post increment we will be widely using in all the looping statement. At that time, you may get even much better clarity. So this is, but again, why we are spending a lot of time on this program is, this is one famous interview question. So try to recode this, give the same value, or else you can give 5 and something like that and try it. You will get it even much better. Okay, we are done with the operators. Very simple concept, but again, we will use it a lot. So 5 operators: assignment, arithmetic, equality and relational, conditional, and unary operator. Okay. Everyone clear team? Everyone in YouTube? I think here Zoom team is very clear. Everyone, let me everyone clear about operators. If I get 1 yes, I will move on to the next topic, control statement. Okay. Since there is a little bit lag. Okay. Control statement. Again, the concept which we are going to learn in control statement, I'm saying it will follow the exact way in Python, C#, any programming language. So whatever the explanation I'm going to give, it's common in all the programming language. Try to understand the concept. Don't worry about the syntax. If you focus too much on syntax, you will get scared about the programming language. So before we pitch into the control statement, let's try to apply this in real-time scenario. Even in our life, always we will have a decision-making thing. For example, if you're going for a shop, maybe to buy a dress, some will go and buy a dress. Suppose if they are not satisfied with that collection, then what they will do, they will go to the another shop. There also, if they are not satisfied, another shop, till they get satisfied, they will keep on trying. But after 6 shops, they feel like this is not the right model which I'm looking for, they come back home. So the decision, this is what the decision making. So we go for something, from there another place. So it depends on the scenario, we make a decision. Until now, if you have noticed one thing, for example, this program, it is executing in a linear way. That is, it will be executed line by line only, like 12, 13, 14, in a very sequential way. But in real time scenario, we will be having like 500 lines of code. We have to execute some piece of code based on some condition. So we have to control the flow. Maybe after 10th line, you should go to the 30th line. So like that, if we want to do it, means there comes the control statement. Now, just apply that here. A programming language uses a control statement to control the flow of execution of a program based on some certain condition. So based on the conditions only, we can decide whether which statement to execute. Even in this example, if you see this road, maybe someone who wants to go straight will reach some place, will take a right turn, will take some other place, will take here right turn. So it's again, it is based on their decision, based on their condition only, it will take you to the respective place. Same way, even in programming also, we can able to control the decision or control the execution of the program. So how it's possible? We have 4 guys for that. One is if, another one is switch, another one is for, then while and do while. Using these guys, we can able to do it. So let's first focus on if statement. So if statement, again, it is divided into 4 category: if else ladder, and nested if. Just now I said one example, like you're going to a shop. Okay, you're satisfied with that, you will buy. You're not satisfied, you will come home. Simple. That's it. Just only one condition. If you are happy, if the condition is true, then you will buy the shop. That conditional code will be executed. If it is false, that's it. It will end the execution. You don't have any alternative option in your mind. Okay, you're going to the shop one. The condition, if you are very happy, you'll go to that shop, buy that. No, I'm not satisfied. You have the alternative plan. So else condition, if or else. If it is not available here, then or else I will go there. So here we have 2 conditions: positive code, and also that is true code, and also false code. And I said mostly this will happen. Shop 1 satisfied, you will buy. No, I'm not satisfied. Shop 2, I'm not satisfied. Shop 3, like that you will keep on check. Even at the end, you are not satisfied, means at the end, else body will be executed. So here it is like we call this as else if ladder. You have multiple conditions, whichever the one it satisfy, it is true. That particular statement means from a few lines of code will be executed. If none of the conditions satisfy, we will always have a backup plan. Okay, fine, it's not working, we'll end the program. So this is the simplest way to understand the if statement. Nested if we will see a little bit later. So let's close this program. The next program is control statement. Okay, if statement, public static void main finish. Okay, sorry, I should delete this. if statement. I will create another package, control statement. So all the control statement now will be inside this package. So now it is easy for us to what to say, validate or review the program. Maintenance is easy. So all the logic related to control statement will be in this package. This is Java fundamentals. So this is the main usage of package. Okay, let's see with some real-time example. Okay, int age equal to, let's put 22. I'm declaring an age 22. If now comes the operators, whatever we learned few minutes back, that we will apply it here. If age is greater than or equal to 18, then curly braces means this particular statement, this will be executed if it is true. You can tell like, now what I will do is concatenation in the starting of the program. So age plus is a major age. So let me execute and explain the program. What exactly happened here is just you are initializing a value age 22. Now the line 9, when it comes here, the value 22 will be assigned. So 22 is greater than or equal to 18. It is true without any doubt. So this particular statement, this is whatever the statement inside this curly braces will be executed if the condition is true. Since the condition is true, what happened? The value of age is 22. So here it just replaced. So 22 is a major age. Is everyone clear? Zoom team, clear? What exactly happening? Yes, no, digital message. Yes, good. It's very, very easy. Don't try to by heart the syntax. You will feel a little bit tough. Just understand the logic. Okay, what if someone give the value 16 and execute? Now see what happens. Nothing is, you're not getting any output because what happened here, it just replaced with 16. 16 is greater than or equal to 18. It's false. So this statement is not executed because this will be executed only if it is true. So after it, here it checks it's a false, then it goes to the next line. So no program here, there is no output. So it is a simple if statement. Okay, but it is not always a good practice to go with a single solution. Always we have to give some else statement because we are not sure about how the user will enter the value. So what I'm doing is I am saying it as age plus is a minor age. So now what will happen? 16 is a minor age. What exactly happening here is this will substitute here 16. 16 is greater than or equal to 18. It is false. So it will come to else. Else statement will be executed if it is false. So here now it will replace the value 18 is a minor age. So this is called if else statement. If the condition is true, the statement will be executed. If the condition is false, the statement is executed. If else. Nothing tough here. If you see it in the flow chart, first we saw if condition. Only if condition is true, some statement will be executed. Now just see that flow chart. Leave about the syntax. If we have it is true, true statement will be executed. False means false statement. Statement in sense the code inside this curly braces will be executed. Everyone clear? YouTube team. Okay, fine, perfect. Now we are done with the if and else. Both we are done. Let's move on to the next concept, that is if else if ladder. If else if ladder. Okay, let's try to come with students marks. So as students marks, maybe something like 50. So let's create just three simplest scenario. If a student marks equal to 35, someone's getting equal to 35, I can say marks and plus is a just pass, something like that. What if a student gets another condition? This is what if else we saw it. Now what we will see, we will add few more condition using the else if. That is, if marks greater than 35, now comes the operators, that is and operator, and greater than 35, correct only, right? Okay, still we didn't complete. So marks less than 90, then yes, I can say that particular mark as maybe good marks. Good marks. Okay. There are some possibilities. Some may get above 90 also. So one more condition, else if marks greater than 90, 90 greater than or equal to 90, because here it will go till 89. So 90 plus. I will say them as a merit marks, something like that. Possibility some may get less than 35, right? So that's a last scenario. I will say that else is a fail marks. So this is another easiest example to understand nested if. Here we are checking for one condition. If that is not available, then we will go for the else, that is false. But here we are checking for multiple conditions. Sometimes it can be a single condition. Sometimes you can use the AND operator or operator based on the program or the requirement you are going to work. Now let's try to put the value and execute. First 35. I think the first program I can comment it so that you won't get confused. Okay, 35. Okay. What exactly happened? Mark is 35. It just replace here and say 35 double equal to, just now we learned this is true. If it is true, it will come inside the statement. So 35 is a just box. Very easy. Okay, someone getting like 67 randomly, I'm using it. It's a good mark. What exactly happening here? First, it will come to this line 67 equal to 35. No, it is false. It will not go inside, so it will come here. Now, the first condition 67 greater than 35, it is true. And 67 less than 90, this is also true. So both the condition is true. That's why it entered inside this. So 67 is a good marks. So boundary value testing, in manual testing, you would have know that. Always try to test your particular code with all types of values. Now 95. What happens here? 95 equal to 35, fail. Now you see 95 is greater than 35 here. It is true. But when you check another condition, 95 is less than 90, it is false. So this will not be executed. Now you will understand the power of AND operator. So it will come to the next one. Here 95 is greater than equal to 90. Again, this is a true. That's why this value 95 is a merit marks. This statement is executed. Again, we will put some negative values. Negative values are any fail marks. If you run it, this will be fail. This again, it is less than 15 is greater than 35. Again, this is failure condition. Okay, that also makes sense. If you put here 15 is greater than 35, it is fail. But 15 is less than 90, it is true. But since we used under 100, it will not execute. This will fail. So no other go, it will come here. That is 15 is a fail mark. Is everyone clear about how the program execution is happening based on the condition with the help of if-else-if ladder? Once everyone clear, I will move on to next topic. Yes, clear. Rewind. Clear. 1 minute. YouTube team. Shall we move on to the next one? That is nested if. Okay. Sure. Okay, let's move on to the nested if. Let's try to do it as another program. So this is one. Another one is nested if statement. Public static void main. Yes, I got answer from YouTube team. What is nested? The word nested means within one you have another. So nested if means you have one if, within inside that you have another if. Nested for means one for, within that another for. So this nested word is very famous. So again, which program? Okay, nested if, right? With this time we will have a two variable age. So you're checking an age and weight. Based on that, deciding whether a person can give blood or whether the person can donate blood or not. Age equal to maybe 35. Then int weight equal to 65. Randomly I'm choosing two values. Now I am applying the condition. If age is greater than, this is how the real time condition. If you go to any hospital, first they will check whether your age is greater than 18 or greater than or equal to, then only you are first eligible. After that, they will check. So if this is true, then only they will check whether your weight is greater than 50. If this two condition meets, then only you can able to donate the blood. So that English is just converted here as a program. Within one if, you have the another if. This is called the nested if. So now the message, let's make it up. So you are eligible to donate blood. Okay, some may be greater than 18, but less than 50 weight. No possibilities are there. So there comes the else. So I will say them as you are not eligible Okay. Some will be greater than 50. Wait, but age may not be greater than 80. Possibilities are there, right? This if. So how to understand this curly braces is something it will confuse to most of them. When you keep mouse pointer, just click on that curly braces. Here it will highlight. See, if I keep it like this, starting end. If I keep starting end, if I keep here starting end. So now here only I have to add the else statement. I'll try to. So what I will say, age must be greater than 18. Let's try to execute this program with all the condition. First, let's go with the positive scenario. We are done with the nested if, but we'll try to focus on this program. What exactly here is age is 35. So 35 is greater than equal to 18. It is true. Then only it will come. So if the first condition is true, then only it will go to the nested if. So within one if you have the another if. Second condition, wait, 65 is greater than 50. This is also true. Then it will go and execute this line. You are eligible to donate the blood. Okay. Now, underweight. Some may be interested, but they will be underweight. What happens here? Again, same story. Age is 35 is greater than 18. It is true, but weight, which is 48, greater than 50, it is false. So this will not be executed. It will go here. You're not eligible to donate the blood. So within one if, you have another if, or if else, or nested if, anything is fine. 55, maybe age 16. Now what will happen if we execute? First, it will check here, age, that is 16 is greater than or equal to 18, it is false. So this if, that is nested if, will not be executed. It will go directly to the else statement. Age must be greater than 18. So this is the one of the best example of nested if. Some may think like, why can't we use and operator, make it in single line? But in real time scenario, the nested if may be a very lengthy program. Sometimes using and will complicate the program. So better go with the nested if. It's like when first condition is true, then only you go for the next condition. If someone says in English like that, you have to go with nested if both condition is true, if both, in sense, you have to use operator. So based on the requirement, we have to decide which one to use it. Everyone clear? Team, yes, I need S. Shall we move on to the next one? Yes. Okay, perfect. It's very easy, team, if you understand the concepts. And just to give,
Vinoth, Saitesh.
yeah, tell me. Tell me, are you clear?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
In the code that you just explained, where we have nested if I want to have another check on the last time the donor has donated the blood, so how could we declare that if we want to check on to see if the donor has donated the blood in the last 3 months or not?
Okay, even you itself can tell. Okay, first it should be age greater than 18. Wait, if you want to give like Boolean status equal to true, you can give this means already donated in last 3 months, the status. So I can give and status. So now it will check for this also. No, the person not donated, you can make false. So based on that, it will go for the next one. Accordingly, I have to give the output message here. You can include in anywhere, or else you can write one more if also. That is also fine. But already donated means the person is already in the good weight, age and weight. So that is why I have added and here. Are you getting the logic, son?
Yes, yes.
You can put another if, but it's again a self-explanatory, right? The
Yeah.
person is already donated means he is the right person, so I'm directly adding to it. Or
Okay.
else one more if. Again, if you want to reduce a line in this place, you can add it together. Or else no problem. What you can do, one more if you add it, and then just do it. It depends on the developer. Okay, perfect question. What I was saying few minutes back is this particular topic, whatever we are learning, it will applicable to all programming language. So this is a Python. We have also have the syllabus Python at the end. See here, Python. Now same thing, same example. Only instead of curly braces in Python, we use colon. Nothing difference. If, then, if, else. So if you understood the concept properly, again, it is very, very easy to implement in any program. So within one if, you have another if. Just syntax will vary. So try to always understand the concept. We are done with this if condition. Let's move on to the next type of control statement. Okay. So I always try to ping it in, what is that? In the Zoom meeting, okay? Why? Because I will get it very quickly. Now, the next one is switch statement. This is again similar to else if ladder, but with few difference that here we are going to validate with different cases. Maybe I will explain with the program for better clarity. Then we will come back to this slide. So the next one, switch statement. Right click, new. Switch statement. On team. Okay, perfect. Query. So now you're going to press a number. You're going to mention a number. Based on that, it should display which month. If you press 1, it will say Jan month or January month. If you say 5, it is May. If you tell 12, it is December. Like that. Based on the user input, it should execute some particular case or some particular set of code. And this switch statement, it looks very easy. The usage is very high. This concept, we will use it in the automation framework. So while creating a complicated frameworks like keyword driven framework and all, the switch statement will be very useful. So let's try to let's try to code it. Okay. First one is, as I said, we have to tell the month number. Maybe as of now, let me put 1. 12 for a reason. So you're giving number 12. First, switch, and I'm passing that here, starting the condition, curly braces. Here, We have so many cases in real-time scenario. For this example, we have 12 case. That is case 1. So why that name means it's a syntax. Case 1. If a user press value 1, this will be executed. You can write it in the bottom of the line or else in the same line. Anything is fine. You can say it's short form. If user press 2, you will say 5th month. Let me copy paste. Still the program is not completed. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Case 3, case 4, case 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. June. Okay. July. November. December. This is exactly similar to if else if ladder. Here we have something called else no. That we call that as a default. In sense, if value is not between 1 to 12, what we should do? That here it is called as default colon. I can say enter a valid month number. I'm going to execute. So the value for 12, let's see what is an output. Still the program is not fully completed, and just focus how it goes. What exactly happened here is 12. So 1 minute. So what will happen when we execute here? 12 will be replaced, and it is checking for the case 1 whether this is the case is 12 or not. No. Then here no, 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 like that. It will keep on check every case, and finally it found that number. Yes, 12 is here. So it is displaying December month, but again you can see that it is also executing enter a valid month. Why so? There is an error in program. I'm putting number 5, executing. What happened? 5, it executed May month, from May month till last line. So you can understand, after the condition is passed, it is executing all the case. In sense, it is not coming. Once if it is successful, it should come out of it, but it is not happening. I'm executing again. 1 means it's in the Jan itself, it got passed, but still it is executing all the condition, all the case. So this is a very common error. Everyone will do it. But remember, the consequence is very high. Here just 1 to 3 Jan month, but in real time scenario, each case will have a very big program. So what you should do is, whenever you work with switch statement, if that condition is successful or pass, you should come out of it. For that, use the break statement. So break means after this case is executed, it will come out of the switch statement. So everywhere, for all the case, you must give the break statement. So here after this, here also you can give, but doesn't make sense. Anyhow, after this it will come, no? So I'm not giving. Now let's see. 1 means it's a Jan month. Okay. 7, it's a July. After this executor, after this particular case executed, it just came out of it. 12, December, what a 15. enter a valid month, because none of the value it satisfies. So the default, the final else, that particular code is executed. That is, enter a valid month number. Now, if you see here, switch statement, almost that will be similar to if else if ladder, almost same. But when it comes for readability, if you want to update here anything, you may make some mistake. If else if you want to add some condition, inserting between this code create unwanted problem. So readability issue leads to some error in coding. But here you can able to, every case is independent. Some mistake happens inside this, some logical mistake inside this case will not affect this. So in future, if you want to add any particular case, means directly you can add in the bottom of the code without touching the this code. So this is the concept. Actually, they use it in keyword driven framework. So they used to add every keyword as an automation code, like case login, case logout, case search application. So they will write case and that particular keyword, particular respective Selenium code will be added. So this is a one point to remember. And another minute point is, the difference here is the switch statement is the equality of a variable against multiple values. Here it checks multiple condition. See here, the value, one value checked with multiple condition. Here, that condition checks with multiple value. So that is about the switch statement. Readability also best in the switch statement. So Zoom team, clear about switch statement? Good. YouTube team, clear about switch? Yes, thumbs up, also fine. I need yes, because the next one is quite not complex, but advanced. Everyone, yeah. Okay, let's go to the control statement again. Control statement, whatever till we saw is easier one, that is if else, and then switch. If you understood one thing, a particular piece of code executed only once, even if you see it in the switch, like if you see it in the this particular code is executed only once. This particular code is executed only once. So every code is executed just only once. But in real-time scenario, there are some places where the particular code needs to be executed in number of time. So that is what here we call it as looping. Usually in the songs and all, you will have that loop. No? When you press that loop, the same song we will be hearing again and again. So that concept only here, looping statements. The loops are used to execute a set of instruction repeatedly when some condition becomes true. In simple word, your code will be executed until the condition is true. When the condition changes to false, the code will come out of the loop. Whenever anyone talks about loop, you're talking about again and again. But if switch and all, just you are executing only once. So the loop statement further classified into three types: for loop, while loop, do while. This is a very powerful mechanism. We have it in the programming language. It is easier, so but quite confusing also, so try to focus more. So the flow chart, it checks for the condition. The condition is true, that code is executed. Again, it will come and check for the condition. Yes, it is true, the code is executed. It will execute it in number of time. Once the condition changes to false, then loop terminates or it will come out of the loop. That's it. That's the concept here. So in that we have for loop, while loop and do while. So let's try to do it with a program for better clarity. So we have 30 more minutes. We can complete it. 1 minute in a question. Okay. For loop. For loop, public static void main. So the syntax, again, here we are going to print number from 1 to 10. This is a program we are going to do it. And the syntax, let's focus on the syntax. We already learned about initialization. Initialization means I equal to 0, j is equal to 10, number equal to int number equal to 20. That is called initialization. We already learned that. And then we learned conditions. Condition means like num1 is greater than or equal to num2, like that, are less than, not equal to. So these are all called condition. We already learned it. And third one, it is increment or decrement. In sense, I plus plus, j plus plus, that is post increment. Mostly even pre-increment also we can use it, but mostly in the looping we will be using the post increment. When we club together all these three concepts, initialization, conditions, and increment or decrement, that is called for loop. So just this is what the syntax, you can say, syntax of for loop. Initialization, condition, increment or decrement according to the program, according to the requirement. Okay, let's try to do a very simple program just to print from 1 to 10 for initialization. So you want to print a number from 1 to 10. So it's starting with number 1. So int num equal to 1. Okay. You have to execute this condition until the condition is true. So what is that particular condition? When num 1 is greater than or less than equal to, greater than or equal to 0. So 1 is greater than, okay, 10, 10 like that. What if I put till 10, no? So I have to modify. Then, so 1 is greater than, less than or equal to 10. Yes, true. Okay, fine. We are on the right track. And then post increment, num plus plus. Instead of I'm using num. I will explain this program. Then you are printing the num, the value of I. So what exactly happens here is 1 to 10. How come? Just focus. So here, first num equal to 1. Okay. Then condition. 1 is less than or equal to 10. It is true. It will come inside. And we know this is a post increment, means first it will assign the value. Then in the next iteration only, the num will be incremented by 1. In sense, the num will be 1. After this, when it comes for the next iteration, n equal to n plus 1, which is nothing but 1 plus 1, it is 2. So now when it comes for the next iteration, the num value will be equal to 2. Again, 2 is less than or equal to 10. It is true. Then what will happen? It will print that num. In the next iteration, now n is equal to 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. So 3 is less than or equal to 10. Like that, it will keep on print every number one by one. When it comes for here, 10 is less than or equal to 10. Again, equal to it false. It is true. It will print 10. Again, when it comes here, 10 plus 1, 11. 11 is less than or equal to 10. This is not true. This is false. So now this condition becomes a false. So it will come out of the loop. So now apply our definition. A particular statement will be executed again and again until the condition is true. When the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. Here, the condition is num is less than or equal to 10. So this is how one simple one line of code we are going to execute again and again with the help of for. Clear team? This is very important concept. Zoom team. Yes, one of them yes. I mean, fine. What about others? Yes. Easy, but very important one. A particular code will be executed again and again. So that's called for loop. So for loop means we have three arguments, a parameter. One is initialization, another one is condition, another one is increment or decrement. Based on the requirement, you have to choose accordingly. Here we are choosing increment. Now the assignment. This assignment I have already added in the Canvas portal. What you have to do is, and I will explain again at the end, but still I will explain here also. To print number from 10 to 1. So almost this is use the decrement concept. So you have to write a for loop. You have to do this program and one more program here. You have to use decrement and just cross check the condition and execute. It will work. So it should first print 10, 9, 8, 7 till 1. So according to the post increment or post decrement, it's purely depends upon the condition or the requirement. So that's about the for loop. Now comes the next important program concept, that is nested for loop. This you can understand within one for, you have another for. This we will learn it later. This nested for loop concept, we will use it in Selenium advanced programming, like in the web table, in a dynamic web table, you want to retrieve some value. So at that time, what I will do, I will teach the nested for loop followed by that particular Selenium program, so that it will be easy for you to apply the concept. So I'm skipping it now. We'll see this one in Selenium module. So for loop, what is for loop? Loop is used to execute set of instruction repeatedly when some condition is true. Again, this is also suits with while loop also, runs by until a certain condition is met. But there is one minute difference between for loop and while. Here, the for loop is the iteration is fixed. So if you want to use for loop, simple. If you want to use for loop, you should tell in advance what is the end criteria. That is in the condition, like you need to execute 10 times, 20 times. Like that, you have to fix it. Maybe in a web table, you try to check a particular name in the web table till the last row. Like that, some condition needs to be given. Again, the real-time usage, when we see it in Selenium, we'll get more clarity about for and nested for. But how the difference is, for loop is the number of iteration is fixed. Okay. Then comes the next one, while loop. Let's see with here, the while loop means the iteration is not fixed. Okay. While and do while, both we will do it in this class file. Same program we can also able to achieve using while also. Just one while program to print from 1 to 10. Here the syntax is quite different. First one we have to initialize. So int num equal to 1, initialization, and then comes the while condition. So num is less than or equal to 10, and then you will print the num. We have to increment or decrement, that need to be given at the bottom of the line. Same program, same program only, but the increment in the top, condition, the initialization, condition, and increment or decrement. You can see initialization, condition. Inside this, you have to increment or decrement, then only the program works perfectly, or else it will end up in the infinite loop. Let me explain this program again. Focus the execution. First, what happens? The value of num is 1, and then it will come here. It will check for the condition. 1 is less than or equal to 10. It is true. So it will come to then inside this, it will come and print number 1. Now num plus plus, it means n is equal to n plus 1 equal to 1 plus 1. It is 2. Again, what will happen? It will come and check for the condition. Now n is nothing but 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. It is 2. Then it will print 2, 3, 4 like this. Again, when it comes 10 is less than or equal to 10, it is true. It will print 10. And when it goes for 11, 11 is less than or equal to 10, it is false. Now the condition is false. It will come out of the loop. So here, this is how the syntax works for the while loop. A particular condition will be executed again and again until the condition is true. When the condition changes to false, it will come out of the loop. So the syntax is quite different. 1 minute here. So everyone clear about while? Any guess for this? Zoom team? Clear? Okay. Perfect. Even YouTube team can also reply. Now comes the which is much easier than for. That's my interview question. You have to tell me. Okay, anyhow, we will discuss that point later. Now comes the do while. So this is out. This do while. I will show you a scenario. We have one program in Selenium. At that time, I will ask you a question. Which looping statement you should use it? At that time, you have to tell me the answer, whether you have to go with for, while, or do while. Right now, we'll park that question. So let's focus on do while. How to code for do while? Again, first start with the initialization, num2 equal to 1. And here, the syntax is quite different. Do, then you're trying to print num2, and then increment it at the end, or at the bottom, or at the end, you are checking the condition. Num is less than or equal to 10. So again, this also will give the num2. This also will give the same output. Then which one is better, while or do while? Again, in any interview question, if someone wants to ask something from looping statement, means they will ask what is the difference between while and do while. Here, just focus for positive scenario. While we have already seen, do while also what it will do. First, it will be 1. It will print and then it will increment. When it checks for the condition, 1 is less than or equal to 10, it is true. Then it will come and print the next one, post increment, the value will be 2 till that condition changes, like 11 is less than or equal to 10. At that time, it will come out of the loop. So same thing, but there is one minute difference here. Now I will put a negative or I will put a number like 15 here and see what is an output. What happened? While it is not executing, do while it executed only once. It means 15, when it come here, 15 is less than or equal to 10, it is false. When the condition is false, it will not execute. So the program is not executed. After this, it just came out of it. But here, this num12, first it just printed. That's why printed, and at the end only it is checking whether the condition is true or false. So it is false, it came out of the loop. In simple word, the difference between while and do while is, in while the condition is checked 1 in the starting of the program, do while at the end of the program. If the condition is false, the while loop will not be executed. But if the condition is false in do while, at least that line, that statement will be executed only once, at least once, not only once, at least once it will be executed. So that's the difference between while and do while. If you see here, do while will execute at least once, even if the condition is false. Why? Because first you are saying go and do it, and then check the condition at the end. If you do like that, definitely it is going to execute once. So that's the difference between while and do while. Now, one more important thing you have to remember, especially while working with while or do while, is use of increment and a decrement. Suppose if you forget to use increment or decrement, it will end up in infinite loop. Here you are not incrementing anything. So 1 is less than or equal to 10, it will print 1. Still the number is 1 because you are not incrementing. Again it will check 1 is less than or equal to 10, it is 1. So what will happen? It will print only 1. It will never stop, and this is called infinite loop. Remember. So this is one favorite mistake most of the programmers will do it, because in for loop that's a part of program. You have to give it here, but in while we have to give it in the bottom, so we may forget it. So remember, while working with while or do while, increment or decrement concept you must implement it, or else you will end up in the infinite loop, a loop which never stop. Always the condition will be true. And the difference between while and do while is very easy. Even if the condition is false, do while will be executing at least once. Do while will execute only once, even if the condition is false. Here, the iteration is not fixed. Here, the iteration is fixed. Again, what that one line, if I tell now, it will confuse you. Just the second day, I will try to explain this word iteration with one interview question when we learn about selenium concept. As of now, just remember this syntax a little bit. Like for means three things, that is initialization, condition, and increment. We have to give like this. And while means initialization, condition, decrement, increment or decrement. So this is how you have to give. That's the difference between while and do while. Everyone clear? Both the team? Please let me know. Our last program for today. We are going to do okay. I got S. What in case if I have to increment by 2 instead of 1? You can put plus instead of plus, you can put +2. You can do that also. Any doubt, what you can do is very easy. Just Google it and just saying increment by 2 in Java. Just put, you'll get that. Plus this off. That is I is equal to I plus 2. You can write like this. So this is a question asked by Mahi. I hope you got the answer. This is how you have to increment by 2. Just small modification in the value. So now it will give 0 to 4 like that. Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the last program. That is the difference between break and continue. So break, continue, public static, void, main. Okay, first one is we have already seen this program. Again, I will implement it. Here you have one cross interview. I will ask you to reply in the chat. You must reply. We can play with some numbers here. For just now we saw I equal to 1. Okay, let me put num equal to 1. Num1, num is less than or equal to 10. Num plus plus. Okay, this will print the value 1 to 10. We have already seen this. Now what I will do is I will write a condition if num equal to 5, then go for break. Break, we have already seen it in the what statement? Switch statement. If break comes, it will come out of that switch. Here, if it sees break, it will come out of the for. Now, if you see here, what is the output is 1 to 4. What happens? Initially, it was 1 to 10. Let's see it. Why we are getting this output. Initially, it came with num equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10. It is true. It will come inside this. It will check whether 1 equal to 5. It is false. So it will not go inside this. It will come and print. We printed 1, incremented by 1. Again, 2 equal to 5. It is not true. 2 print, 3 print, 4 print. When it comes for 5 equal to 5, the condition is true, then it will go inside and break. Break means what? It will come out of that for loop. So in sense you achieved your condition, so you want to come out of means this will come out, so it didn't print number 5 here. So in simple words, where you have to use breakers as per the definitions on the team. So what is break? Break statement is used to jump out of the loop. So when you want some condition met, you found some value in a table, web table. After that, what is the use of checking the next row? It is totally waste of time. You must come out of the loop. At that time, we have to use break statement. So when you put break, yes, if that condition, then it will terminate the loop. Again, this is a famous interview question, difference between break and continue. I have already highlighted this word. Remember the slides, every word is important. When I make something bold, you must tell exactly that word in interview. Then only you no need to explain about the syntax. So break statement means it is used to jump out of the control statement or loop. Then same program with the help of continue, let me implement it. Okay, break means it will jump out of the loop. Some query, 1 minute. Yes, continue. I didn't do it. Wait. Same program. Instead of break, it is continue. What happens continue? Let me see with the output, you will understand. So what exactly happened here is, in online exams and all, they will confuse you with this code, ask you to what is the expected output. With the help of break and continue only, here just focus on continue. First it will check like 1 is equal to 5, that is 1 equal to 5. It is false, so this line will not be executed. It will print 1 2 3 4. When it comes for 5, now the condition is true, it will go to the continue statement. What this means is, if it sees continue, it will skip. Remember, it will skip all the code below the continue. That is the indirect meaning. In technically, it will move on to the next iteration. So below this, all the code will not be executed. So number 5 is not printed. It went to the next iteration, that is 6 to 10. So logic, how to tell an interview is, let's move to the slide. Break means it will come out of the loop. Continue means it will skip the current iteration in the loop. See, this word is important, skip. It will skip in sense, here the loop, that iteration is 5th iteration, that particular iteration is skipped. In another word, whatever the code available below the continue will not be executed. In online exams, they will confuse you like this. What will be the output for this? Now you see, you'll have all the value because they mentioned sys out above that. Below continue, the particular statement, nothing is here. Even though it skips that particular iteration, it already printed it. So they will ask you to choose which value. One is with 5, another one is without 5. When you see continue, don't blindly follow like, okay, it will skip the current iteration. So int num equal to 5 will not be printed. Don't go like that. Always see this is out, because in one certification, you have some Java certifications and all. In that, this is how they will confuse every student. So always, whenever you come across some programs like what will be the output, you have to be even very careful. Just try to assign the value, visualize it. If they allow notepad, in the notepad you can do it, or else with the paper you just put and come up with the output. Why I'm saying, because nowadays, because of COVID, most of the interviews are happening through the Zoom meeting only. So before calling that, they are giving some online quiz. So you have to clear that. If you clear that only, then you will be called for interview. Yes, definitely. One more time, I am explaining about the break and continue. Focus. What is break? When you mention break, when that particular statement is executed, it will come out of the loop. That's it. Straightforward. Come out of the loop means after 4, it just came out of the for loop. What is continue? Continue means it will skip that current iteration. Current iteration means, so let me put it here. Continue means skip the current. Iteration means that one time if it execute that loop means that we call it as iteration. So here the current iteration means execute. So when it comes for fifth one, iteration 5, we moved it as we just made it continue. Just so what it happened, it just skipped all the code below that and went for the next iteration. Is that clear, Ravi? No? Okay, perfect. I hope YouTube team also fine. So this is a topic which I want to cover it today. Now let's move on to the assignment area. So what we have done till now is this assignment 1, 2 yesterday I said, and then assignment 3 Java operator. Let me open it. 4. Okay. 3 is again, you have to create a file, implement all types of operator discussed in the class. The same program already it is available here. You can refer it while coding. So this is not a big deal. When it comes for control statement, you have 7 programs to complete. What are all the programs? We have, okay, this first one you can leave it. To get user input, I didn't teach for a reason. It may confuse you. You can do this if else if, nested if. Now, this program is very important. You have to write a program using if else if ladder for this condition. So you already have this Wikipedia link. This is that condition. If a student gets marked between like this, I think I mentioned it here, that condition. This is for reference. Someone like 39 below, you have to display fail or grade F. Between 40 to 44, between 45 to 49, 50 to 59, like this, based on the condition, whatever the conditions the students they get it, you have to print that grade. So this program is very important. Definitely here, as I already said, the way a developer thinks and the way the tester thinks are totally different. Developer always thinks in positive way, tester thinks in negative way, how to break your code. You just complete this code and submit it, then I will tell exactly where the mistakes will come. Definitely some mistakes you will do it if you're new to automation without QA knowledge, manual testing knowledge. One clue I can give is you have to apply the boundary value analysis. Negative numbers. Try to code it as a developer, then try to test with different set of value and check whether it is properly printing the grade or not. And then month name we have already discussed. Then fifth program you have to print from 10 to 1, and while and do while, and break and continue. Try to create everything as a single program. The first one alone will not come for you, but rest of the program you can do it. Variable naming convention, indentation. Indentation means, for example, sometimes you will not follow some, you may type in a very different way like this. So what indentation means, you have to format it. The shortcut is Control E, select all, and Control I. If you press Control I, automatically CTRL plus I, this will indent. So always before submitting the assignment, what you have to do? Control A, Control I. Then only proper format it will be there. So this is an assignment for this week. 4 assignments. After completing, I will give the feedback for the same. So that's from my side. We are also done, completed exactly on time. Before we wind up, Zoom team, do you have any queries? Everyone clear about Control A and Control I? Yes, Control A for select all, Control I for integration. So Zoom team, everyone clear about today concept? Can give thumbs up or okay. Yes, welcome team. Yes. What about YouTube team? All clear? So once again, thank you everyone for joining weekend class. Next week, we will be having like Saturday, Sunday, same timing, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. By Wednesday, I will create the invitation. You will get some invitation, just enable it so that when I come online, you will get notified. Welcome team. So perfect. Okay, thank you. I'm just seeing all the chat now. And after this call ends, I think this video always it will be in public only. You can go and check it in my channel. You can rewatch it. Maybe late night, I will try to add the what is that timestamp so that since it's a very lengthier video, you can use that timestamp to rewatch some particular concept again and again. So that's for today, team. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week ahead. I'm just stopping the screen sharing. Thank you for your feedback. And I am stopping the live stream. Okay, team. Bye. I'm ending the stream.